Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Ultimate Apocalypse casts this side of East Yorkshire. And today I've got a 2 versus 2 on Doom Spiral. Playing on Team 2 as the Inquisitorial Demon Hunters, we have got Blue Man 52, and we have got his teammate as the Space Marines Tiger Shark. And on the opposing team we've got Grid Panther as the Imperial Guard, and we've got Stranger as the Space Marines. So Imperium on Imperium, man on man action, just what we like to see on this channel. Very small map, lots of potential early aggression plays to be made. It's going to be interesting to see how so obviously we've got Space Marines on either side, and they can basically do the same thing, because we're obviously the same faction. But the real difference will come in between the Imperial Guard and the Demon Hunters here. Obviously the Imperial Guard have got the structures for defensive purposes, but the Demon Hunters, like we said in the previous game, or what was it, the 5-man free-for-all the other day, that the Demon Hunters are a little bit weak in the early game, but as the game goes on and they've got all their drop podding squads and all that, the deployability, shall we say, will certainly be interesting to see how they go for it. What banner are you? I've not turned my banner quality up. It's probably something interesting though. Got some Space Marines coming out to the centre here. Doom Spiral, 4 little entrances to the centre. The Thunder Dome, shall we say. And we are going to see some elite stormtroopers who will spot these assault squads coming in and then just fire away at them with their impressive firing rate. Multiple layers of fire. The assault marines, quite difficult to take down, very chunky. Stranger looking to get some chainsword action in there as he builds up those listening posts. Every man, woman and child bringing up their natural strategic point. Whoever can control the centre does gain the economic advantage in this game. But there's also the threat of being flanked around these little narrow corridors and avenues. So can't really get tunnel vision on the centre here. Are going to see the Order Malleus Supreme Lord charging in with his power sword. And Tiger Shark with his brother captain coming in for defence of his Demon Hunter ally. Over here we have got the Commissar going toe-to-toe with a Tactical Marine, showing the men how it's done. But listing post over here being upgraded. Going to cause some issues for these elite stormtroopers, but the Malleus Lord is certainly going to do some damage to it. Look at him, look at this Commissar guy. I mean, he was there, no he's... Oh no, the cast is. I'm sorry, Commissar. I apologise. I've doomed you to an early grave. But he's not going to give up. He's not going to run away. Look at him. He just... I must go. My people need me. Brilliant stuff. You can't write it. It just happens. Double Assault Marines now. The Order Malleus trying to take down this listing post still, but not doing all that well. They'll be surrounded by all the Assault Marines. Issues and tissues abound. There's a good amount of stormtroopers in support. Some Marines are going to turn their attention to these guys. Have they, in their most recent patch, just like updated like the knockback for a lot of these units? Because these guys have just been thrown around like rag dolls, which makes total sense. It's an interesting design choice. Yeah, Submarines showing no mercy. Scouts are also going to join on the fray, but the Imperial Guard's fully qualified as well. Oh, what's going on over here? Completely missed all this. We're at a push of Imperial conscripts, pulling back these Tactical Marines of Tiger Shark from the centre, allowing Grid Panther and Strangers to come forward. We're being blasted up by some, well, I assume, mines. The submarines aren't going to go down anytime soon. Scouts now chasing away these Imperial conscripts. And they're just going to circle back around and join in the centre. Submarines falling back. Only one mod left in that squad, but he does get another friend. Can't be alone in this crazy world. With a captain earning his keep. Adding some red to the carpet here. But the listening post of Grid Panther is going to keep him off kilter, off balance. Going to make sure they keep that critical location at the very least neutral. This preferred captain's got no chill, has he? He's just... It's like he's playing American football, trying to score those... It's not a try, is it? That's rugby. What do you call a goal when you kick the pigskin through the big metal H in the middle of the pitch. That one, that's what it feels like he's doing. I know sport, I played it once. Archivist, now avoiding death from these assault marines as they were flanking around the side. Got some zappy bits on this icon of the purification. But not on this one yet. Could do with it though. Everyone else got their bits and bobs upgraded, so this one would be much appreciated. Got some tank traps around here. Try and guess there. Whatever, so I don't know where my brain was going with that one. Do have a heavy bolter turret in the middle, trying to keep their hold on this critical location. I know where I was going. I was thinking of a joke about traps, but I thought it'd be very inappropriate, so I'm not going to. Because I'm a grown-up. And I could decide when to make a joke and when not to make a joke. Submarines looking to see if they can ingratiate themselves somewhere here, but this is a lot of firepower for them to deal with. Even with their armour, throwing a grenade in. Oh, so it wasn't mines earlier on, it was just the assault marines throwing like a super grenade. Yeah, look at the AoE on that. What a nice spread. All these tactical marines watching their comrades in arms die. They're not moved there. They've seen death over the centuries. And yeah, at the moment, the northern team does seem to have quite the hold on this central point. Nice addition of the heavy bolter turret. But the Imperial Guard going for their, by the looks of things, they have gone for their plasma guns. Will certainly help them against the Space Marine. Space Marine player, what are you going to go for? Have you gone for anything major? You're going to go for some sniper training. Great against the Imperial Guard. Gone for a machine cult as well. Hasn't really spent all that much money. How much flirt are you working with here? You've got a little bit. Land speeders. Okay, fair enough. Land speeders will be great against the Imperial Guard. Not sure how they'll fare against the assault marines. But we shall see. Servitors are Stranger moving forward. Gonna build up some more tank traps. Just within range of the icon of purification. Not sure. Oh, I see. It's to draw the fire of the... Ah, that's really clever. What a tricksy little mister this stranger is. So yeah, these assault marines are just going to charge in. See what they could do, but this is, like I said, a lot of firepower. Lumen 52, especially for those minefields, causing some issues. Land speeder taking the brunt of the plasma fire, and certainly killing a good number of guardsmen. These Space Marines just watching in a stoic manner. Brother Captain looking quite unhealthy at the moment. Look at the range on these snipers as well. Got a priest in there for healing words. But will that be enough to keep those guardsmen steady and standing? Brother Captain feeling a little bit worse for wear. Managing to be snagged by a frag grenade or two. No, tactical marines actually having to do something this time. Earning their keep. One singular stormtrooper. He's got no chill. He's just gonna give it a go, isn't he? What a lad. Gonna rebuild that heavy bolter turret. And this listing post is now tier 3, so it'll be quite a doozy to take on. Doozy, if I can pronounce that correctly.
What is your will?
These stormtroopers with a whole smorgasbord of plasma guns. They are assault marine hunting. While this one singular missile launcher gradually does the business on this listing post. Have you got the vision from the... I got the vision from the critical location. That's another huge bonus to having this critical location in the middle. Gives you a much more defensible position. But double Chimera assault tanks moving around the side might pull the Space Marines away from that central point. Another tier 2 listing post here. Won't do all that much damage against the Chimeras. The Devastators looking to get their damage in. Special weapons teams jumping out. And the assault marines also going to join in for that assault as well. We jump straight on top of these Devastators, causing them no end of issues. Tech Marine being thrown in the air. And this is a massive ball ache for all the northern lads. Down here we've got the elite stormtroopers. Might need to come over. Oh, there we go, he's coming. He is arriving, or to be arrived soon. Sure, not going to waddle out See if he can save his land speeder friend, but land speeder goes down. Chimera hemmed in by his own troops. Nowhere for him to run, really. Gonna give it a good go. Now we have the weapon servitors armed with their multi-melters. We're focused down on that Chimera. And plasma guns akimbo. Ready to mop up any residual forces here as these special weapons teams got no Chimera to run away in. So they're just going to sprint away. Centre still being held by the northern team. More weapon servitors on the way in.
The Emperor's light is my torch.
The Emperor's light is indeed your torch, young man. What is that? Is that a... No, again, I can't see it. Need to remember to change my graphic settings. Oh, well, never mind. We've still got loads of dead people in the middle. That's something to witness anyway. Look, there's just no need. Oh, these are Blue Man 52s. Ah, I see what he's done. So he's... To counter strangers' tank traps, he's built some tank traps of his own. So these servitors can't get around them. Just escalating warfare here. Because the servitors can't jump over, can they? Not like the archivists can. Assault squad going to jump straight over there. Start focusing on these plasma generators. Stormtroopers will have to move backwards. Got a dreadnought armed with a assault cannon coming forward. Imperial Guard over here having the worst day. They're just not having a good time at all. Assault Marines have managed to take out 2 plasma generators. They jump over these guys, but losing a fair whack of models in the process. Yeah, and at the moment, in fact, let's look at the economy really quick. 146 and 79 and 211 and 106 compared to 174 and 56 and 160 and 93. So, fairly even Stevens for the economies. No major advantage for any player. Everyone being able to keep up. Not only the size of their armies. Look at this, he's still there, that singular stormtrooper. He's seen some things, but he don't need no friends. He's lost too many to lose any more. Dreadnought not able to get past this line of guardsmen. But thankfully these Devastators are going to help him by making a little bit of a gap in the line. Good lord, it's a light show. Elite Stormtroopers armed to the teeth. Lethal weapons. Even the Dreadnought struggling to stand up against it. Especially with the firing support of the Devastators. With their... What weapons? Have you gone for any missile launchers, or are you just pure heavy balls by the looks of things? Temrin going to come forward, see if we can keep that listing post alive. The Assault Marine's going to come straight back in. Smart bang in the middle. Definitely needs to tie up those elite stormtroopers with those plasma guns. Well, these guys take care of this dreadnought from Tiger Shark that's overextended just a little bit. Assault Marines forcing these Devastators to redeploy. But just the never-ending swarm of stormtroopers and their weapon servitor comrades. Stranger's dreadnought now suffering a little bit under the firepower. And yeah, they've just not shifted. This critical location is theirs. If the victory location, or the critical location victory countdown was on, they would have won by now, no doubtedly, but that's how we play, baby. We're playing for the end, playing for the big times. This thing person's going to try and see if he can stay standing. Tech Marine for this very impressive repair rate, but it does go down. Special weapons team's being kept alive by pure faith alone. It does look like one squad of elite stormtroopers were killed by a wayward missile there. Oh, and you are a... Whirlwind Mark 1, yep. That's what you want against all this infantry. And even if you can't really see them, you can just attack the ground, because you'll know roughly where they'll be standing. Imperial Guard using their scanner to reveal some tactical marines and devastators. Allowing that whirlwind to guesstimate where the enemy are going to be. Another special weapons team's on the way. Also going for their standard bearer, which is pretty a standard thing to do. Hey! Submarine's not liking this tank trap wall. So I'm just going to dismantle it. Sell the scraps on the scrap metal heap at the local Sunday or Wednesday market. This is just a lot of firepower coming in. Poor special weapons team. Not achieving much in the grand scheme of things, although getting a decent explosion down over here. The priest thinking, right, okay, all you guys are dead. I'm now going to join a different bunch of boys. They say that moving on from past trauma is a strength, and I suppose those priests have seen a traumatic thing or two about their days. They have a lot of tank traps around this field command. Basilisk also coming in, so Southern team focusing on the artillery here. They can't break them in an honest, fair fight. May as well just throw ordnance at them until they stop existing. These assault marines not quite able to get into where they want to at the moment. But huge respect for being able to keep them alive. A lot of these harassment and assault troops tend to die by this stage of the game. They go in for another pass. So I turn their attention to these devastators, surrounded by mines there. But these guys are just going to stay at range for a little bit, firing with a captain's plasma pistol. Having to fall back. One squad with only 2 more left in it. These guys are pretty expensive in the blue marine department. Got 80 blue cost. So was 114.25 for a assault marine sergeant. One tentative movement forward from the skull probe. So yeah, it's still fairly even. Yeah, granted that the Northern team have got this critical location on lockdown, but the composition might need a little bit of tinkering. The artillery fire of the Southern team is really causing them some issues. Maybe need to go for some fast attack units themselves, just to circumnavigate the front lines and focus on these artillery. I mean, these basilisks are quite vulnerable at the moment. If a land speeder or anything else was to come through, there'd be trouble brewing. Whirlwind for the Northern team goes down. Bodyguards over here, not really guarding anyone's body when they're lying on the floor. And some Stern Guard veterans from the southern side. Which will be opening fire with just a whole volley of lasgun fire. That's one way to kill an icon of purification. If you can't do it with chainsaw, just do it with a Emperor class Titan's worth of las cannons. Heavy weapons teams over here got the same kind of idea. Got Vindicator, but didn't quite get many shots off with that one. Vindicator would be great against all this infantry if it wasn't for the las cannons, considering that they are a short-range artillery piece. I suppose that's maybe not artillery, but that's kind of how I see them. Able to do massive AoE damage, especially against heavy infantry and infantry. These devastators being blasted to high heavens by all the las guns, or las cannons. And the artillery, good lord, just this one whirlwind really causing serious issues in the base, preventing them from building up some Grey Knight teleporters. Gonna go for some interceptors though, so ready to move on from the squishier units of the earlier tiers. But can they get a squad out before their teleporter is kaput? Not entirely sure. Need those archivists to focus down on it. There we go, they got distracted by the Stern Guard veterans of Tiger Sharks. And it does seem, question mark, have you got... No, it does not seem like we've got any lads in there at the moment. Oh, that's because you teleported them in. Never mind me. Get the old slice and dice, but it will teleport away. Assault Marine's going to join the centre. And now the centre looks like it's ripe for the picking for the Southern team here. Managing to destroy both their listing posts, which will damage them in the old economic department. Well, which shall I take down those mines? A lonely scout on the fringes of the crater. Firing at this. Makes me think of that scene from Saving Private Ryan, where the tank's slowly but surely moving towards, not Tom Cruise, the other one. Tom Hanks, that's the one. Slowly moves towards him and is firing his pistol at it. But then, the Grey Knight Interceptors. We've seen what the Grey Knights can do against big vehicles when they've got their hammers abound. Scouts over here trying to snipe away at these scouts, and when they're standing on 2 feet, they're actually doing alright. Well, when you just need to leave them to their own devices, which of course you will not.
Stormtroopers, where do you need us?
Dreadnought over here, suffering. What's firing at you? Oh, you are Whirlwind Mark 1. 2 Whirlwind Mark 1s, okay. Yeah, why bother countering your opponent when you can just get the same units as he does? Bastard's taking some damage, but double Lehman Russ battle tanks coming over here, being supported by a heavy weapons team, armed for last cannon. Quite a mean feat for them to break through this. Double heavy bottle turrets with missile launchers, listing post, and the artillery coming in. Lehman Russ already quite low on health at the moment, but he has managed to destroy a good chunk of the defences here. They can take out another listing post. That will certainly help them in the long game. We have a Manufactorum depot on the way. I've got 2 Manufactorum depots. Not an interesting looking building. What do you... We'll come back to you in a bit, but I haven't seen your like or ilk before. Going for quadruple heavy bottle turrets. Alright. Committing to the defence. Over onto this side. Counter assault. 1,000,000 Grey Knights. Ripping and tearing their way through the strongholds. Oh, it's got double Purgation Hellfire Dreadnoughts. There we go. Somnians will try and do their best. But like I said at the beginning of the match, once the Inquisitorial Demon Hunters have got their drop podding abilities on the go, quite lethal to deal with. Why bother walking about the place when you can just teleport? Saves you on the legs. Steinguard veterans are holding firm against the Grey Knight Purgators. Also been supported by a fistful of Scout Sentinel Walkers. More things being teleported in as we speak. The assault on Tiger Shark Space Marine Base has gone and bared no fruit. But, you know what? Blue Man's doing alright. He's at least drawing the attention, allowing Tiger Shark to rebuild his forces. But does not want to commit too much. If he commits too much, then, well, this massive infantry, Terminators and Sentinels and all that, could just walk into his base and take care of him. Seems to be somewhat conservative. Imperial Guard, what are you going to go for? You're rebuilding stuff, that's fair enough. When things are broken, all you can do is rebuild or throw them in the bin. Sentinels bringing out a lot of firepower. They've got the plasma cannons, which don't do amazing damage. Oh, well, instead don't do amazing damage. They are kind of actually doing alright. The catch-all of vehicular-based combat. Gonna chase him around back to the Grey Knight's teleporter. Gonna see another Purgation Hellfire Dreadnought. Only been built up, but also been dropped off. But he's dead now. Only in death does duty end, and my friend, you have done your duty here. Go rest now in the belly of the Emperor. Gaskin's chasing around these devastated Marines. And just a slow, methodical process is what Stranger's going to go for here. Keeping his stern guards as far away from the action as possible, while still just being able to do little cheeky snipes of structures and buildings. Of in fact, triple Terminators. All armed to the brim with heavy flamers. Terminator Apothecary. And a Sergeant as well, just for good measure. Got a Land Raider Prometheus. Ready to draw the fire in. One teleporter goes down. Another one looks like it might be falling foul. Tiger Shark, we need your help here. As a token gesture at the very least, we do have the Whirlwinds now firing in. It's a good start. But before Blue Man loses all of his recruitment structures, needs to act decisively, does Tiger Shark. Terminators using their flamers to kill all the plasma guns, or plasma generators. Which is not a pretty sight indeed. Cutting their green economy down by quite a substantial margin. These Devastator Marines looking to get some kills on this Land Raider Prometheus. And the Exterminator has been drawn on top of... Oh no! Was that a misclick? Or was that just a signal for the Whirlwind to fire? We shall indeed see. Over onto this side, we do have just a fleet of Sentinels looking to take down that listening post. But fire, fire everywhere. Not a drop to drink.
We are receiving.
Land Raider goes down there. That's a small victory. But they can still do it, I believe. They just need to find the power of friendship. Maybe the real Horus Heresy is the friends we made along the way. We'll leave that Audio Malice tower just to show these Space Marines who's boss. Burning them to a crisp. Who needs fancy weapon when we've got fire? Starguard veterans looking for... apologise. Looking to get some kills in there. The Devastator's over here. Low on numbers, low on morale, low on health. A very low feeling indeed. And what have you got, Imperial Guard? Are you, not Imperial Guard, Space Marines, are you bringing out any of the big toys? No, you're just being harassed by the Sentinel Scout Walkers. It's a wonderful defense of the centre, but not quite able to really secure their flanks a couple of times in this game. Which hasn't really been a huge detriment to them, but Northern team didn't really anticipate what the opponents would go for to counteract their composition in that early mid-game. Which may have cost them the match here. But it's not all over till Fat Lady sings. Dark out here, no opera. Tanks falling. Men dying. Teleporters bringing in those Terminators. Now they get a little bit of extra taste. A little bit of earn back. For providing them a difficult challenge. All those plasma generators go down. And the machine cult being ripped apart, ripped asunder by Imperial and Astartes' hands. And that is, I believe it, all she wrote. There's no real way that these guys can come back from it. The Inquisitor player has been left to stew in his own tower. Much like Saruman at Isengard. But yeah, nice one. That was quite an interesting match. Lots of holding the lines and explosives and very aesthetically pleasing, I do have to say. If you want to support the channel, £1 a month will allow you to vote on future themed games on this channel, as well as give an extra game a week. And in the description below there's links to Discords and stuff, which is always fun. Anyway, mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never a chore. I will see you in a bit. Peace.